Hey guys, welcome to Code Caffeine. Today we're gonna solve generate parentheses from Leetcode. So let's dive in. So our question is, given n pairs of parentheses, write a function to generate all combination of well-formed parentheses. So what our what the question is saying is that uh, we will be given a number n. So n denotes a set. So if n equals to 2, then it becomes one set, sorry, one pair and two pair. So two pair. So we need to generate all the combination of valid parentheses. We need to generate all the valid parentheses combination. So what is the rule for a parenthesis to become valid? So it means that the opening and closing must be valid. So we can we can't have a closing parenthesis first and opening at the end. So this is invalid while this is valid. So so we are gonna use backtracking for this. Uh, I'm gonna teach you how to like think the solution. So we will be given n pairs of parentheses, right? Which means our the total combination the total length of a string in a combination can never be greater or smaller than the n times 2. So for example, n equals to 3, then there will be 3 pairs, which means 1 2 3 4 5 6. There can be 6 characters. There can only be 6 characters, nothing less, nothing more. So mm, so what our approach is going to be is like we'll have 3 opening and three closing parentheses, right? So our first rule is we cannot have we cannot have a, a closing parenthesis if there is no any if there is no any if there is no opening parenthesis opening parenthesis for it. So for example, let's say we have this open and close. Now we can't have another closing because it doesn't have its pair of opening parentheses. This will be our this will be uh, our way of thinking. So what we do is at first we'll have 3 opening, 3 closing for n equals to 3. Now we go we will first exhaust all of our opening parentheses using depth first search. So we'll have 2. So we'll use our first opening parenthesis, right? So it becomes our opening will become 2 and 3. There will be two. We can only use 2 opening curly braces. And again we go towards left. We'll exhaust all of our opening curly braces first. So 1 comma 3, and we will have 2. This is one is already from here. One comes here, and we will add another one. And again 0 comma 3. So here, as you can see, we cannot add any of the opening curly braces, right? But we can, but since, but if our curling braces, if our closing parenthesis is more than our opening, then we can add our closing parenthesis. So first in here we cannot add our closing curly braces because our opening and closing parenthesis is same. Uh, so let's go with our dash first search. Now in here we can go towards right because we can add our closing curly braces. So it becomes 0 comma 2, and we can again add our it becomes 0 comma 1, and the last one is 0 comma 0. So our total length is now 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? Which is equals to the amount of character we can have in a in our string. So we will push this into the result. Okay, uh, I'll try to do it in code, and I'll explain it in there. So let's first make our result. This will be our empty array, and we will return the result, right? So inside this now we'll have depth first search. We'll have in in depth first search. We'll have number of open parentheses we can put, close parentheses we can put, and our current string. So uh, DFS, we can give n. So n comma n comma, this will be our opening number, opening curly opening parenthesis or closing parenthesis, and first at initially it will become it will be empty. So our first our first base case is that if our open sorry if current string dot length is equals to n times 2, then we add it to the result and return. So which means that we can't push just two of the string, right? So when the string is 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, that is not 3 not 6, not for 6, but our given input is 3, right? So 3 times 2 is 6, and we have now and in here we have 6 characters. So it is equal to what our requirement is. So we will push it into the result. Now if we will adjust our open parenthesis first. So if open, that is open will always be if open is greater than 0. If it is 0, then it won't then it will be false. So if open, then dfs open minus 1. So we need to reduce it as we go on, and the close will the open we reduced it by minus 1 by 1, but the closing is still same, right? So close is still the same, and we will pass current string plus we will add our opening opening parenthesis. So from here we will pass this, so it becomes 2. Our if n is 3, then it becomes 2 comma 3 comma first our first opening parenthesis. Now if and in order to this is for the opening. Now for the closing, we need to check if our closing is greater than opening. So if close is greater than open, then we go dfs open will be the same, but close will be reduced by 1, and current string plus we will add our ending in here. So what this does is, okay, I'll try to explain it with the code. So we'll have let's assume n equals to 3, no, n equals to 2. Let's do it for 2. So n times 2 is 4. Sorry, n equals to 2, then 2 times 2 is 4. So we can have, or at most 4 character. If our string is a 4 character, then we will push it to the result and we will return from there. So our first, so this will become dfs 2 comma 2 comma empty string, right? Now we check this, if current string dot length, since current string is 0 currently, it won't run this. Now we will go here, if open, so open is 2, that is true, so it will go dfs, that is it will come here, dfs open minus 1, that is 1, close will be remain the same 2, and we will have an opening, it will add opening parenthesis. So this will be our uh, first on the tree, and this will push, since it's again it's 1, right? So it becomes 0 2 comma 2 sets of parentheses, because it will add one opening parenthesis, two parentheses, two opening parentheses. Now we can't go further to the left, I mean two, we can't add any opening because our opening is 0. Now it will go towards closing, since closing is 2, which is greater than opening, then it will go 0 comma 1 0, opening is 0, closing will be reduced by 1, and it will add a closing parenthesis, a closing parenthesis, and again, and still it is still is 1, then it will go like this. Now the total character is 4, and our base condition is also 4, so it will push this into the result and return from it. Now uh, it will return from here, and it will go here, and the process will be repeated, and we will be returning our result, right? So this will be our answer. Let's try to run our code if it works. Okay, so current string, I have a typo here. Yeah, as you can see, it worked. Let's change the base case. So in our constant we have maximum of 8, so let's put 8. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it's working perfectly. Yeah, so the performance is also good. So let me know what you guys think. So if you like the content, please feel free to subscribe. Thank you. Have a good day.